Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 63 of the Video Games Ahoy podcast! Yay! Woo. I'm your host, Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Gape.
Hello.
And Daf Weeks.
Hello there.
I think we should start off with what Gape has just shown to the camera, obviously to those listening. The wonderful ACP, A Chicken Patty, made us little things from among us, little characters from among us, and they are incredible. They are actually incredible. Look at that.
They're so cool.
If you are listening to this, then please go. What I might do is I might put a picture up on Twitter of us all showing these because they're genuinely incredible. They're really, really incredible, and we love you, ACP. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Oh wait, it's all fallen off. Hang on. There we go. Fine. It can stay. It can stay. How are you doing, gents?
Very well,
Thank you. Ooh, Jinx, now we got a kiss.
I was just saying to Daf Weeks before we started, I think he is becoming Mario from the Mario Brothers. He's got some
just
amazing...
embracing it, yeah.
He's got some amazing...
Embracing the dungarees.
Amazing, genuinely amazing dungarees. Daf, how was your stream?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Just a little one, playing some Pokemon cards.
Oh, some Pokies.
Yeah, Pokies.
The old Pokies. Yeah, awesome. Should we just have a little chat about the podcast, guys, and then we can get into some news? Awesome. We are Video Games Ahoy. If you're watching us for the first time, ahoy. If you know us, also ahoy, I guess. But, you know, it's the same thing I say every week. Check out our YouTube, check out our Twitter, check out our Patreon page, our Discord. All of those things will be in the link in the description. I'm going to try and keep this as snappy as possible from now on because I realize I say the same thing every week. And, you know, we just want to get to the juicy bit of the news.
Let's get to it.
So what I was going to... I feel like because there's actually not that much big news at the moment. There's been a couple of big stories, but I thought we could have a nice chat about one thing in particular. But we'll talk about the first thing first, which is that Nintendo have just announced their financials for the last 3 months, I think, the last quarter. And yeah, I'm just going to read out some information from that because Nintendo Switch is still doing amazing. It didn't do anywhere near as well as last year, but last year feels like an anomaly for all the video game industry. But yeah, let's have a chat about that, and then we'll just talk about how well the Switch is doing, and then there's a topic after that I want to talk about. Anyway, so between April and June 2021, the system sold a total of 4.45 million units. To help it close in on that 19 million milestone, I believe the number is 89.04 million, which means it's actually sold more than the Xbox 360 and the PS3 now. So it's catching the real high numbers up really, really quickly. It was down 21% compared to last year, but does anyone remember what was out last year? Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
it was Animal Crossing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was Animal Crossing. So it's actually only got one home console to beat, which is the Wii, which most people think it's going to beat by the end of the year, or at least the end of the financial year. It's going to get beat because there's 10 million between the Switch and the Wii. And think then after that it's the Game Boy and 110 million, and then after that it's the DS. It's going to beat the Game Boy. It's going to beat the Wii. Whether it takes the DS, I don't know. I think we're going to have to wait and see how the OLED goes. I keep looking over here. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how the OLED goes. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting couple of months for old Nintendo. But the thing I wanted to talk about more was actually the games. So the games we're going to talk about. Maricarta 8 Deluxe has now sold 37.08 million copies and is 30,000 short of beating the Wii. If we include the Wii U, it's already beaten the Wii. But the fact that a port is now... It probably has already beaten the Wii version because this was taken up to June and there's been 2 months since then. So it's probably already beaten... I imagine it has already beaten the Wii. So it is the best-selling racing game and the best-selling Mario Kart game, and it's a port, which is mad. So Animal Crossing is in second on 33 million. Smash Bros. 24. Breath of the Wild on 23 and not that far behind. And there's a part of me that thinks that when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, those numbers are going to jump up quite a lot as well. For anyone that hasn't played Breath of the Wild at this point, it's crazy if you've got a Switch because that was, yeah. Anyway, but I feel like those figures. I feel like Breath of the Wild could take over Smash Ultimate, which I did not see coming. Pokemon Sword and Shield 21.85 million, which is it's just Considering a lot of people had I'm not saying I think it had big issues. I never played it. Some people had issues. It still sold incredibly well. 21.85 million units, which is...
I think a lot of that has to be down to how good the DLC was. It gave it a new lease of life, because the game was kind of boring.
There we are.
But the DLC was really, really good and had a lot of replayability and had people keep coming back. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's a large reason why.
Yeah. Then we got Super Mario Odyssey, 21.4 million. The thing that impresses me about Super Mario Odyssey, I say impresses me, it's by far and away the best-selling modern Mario game. But like, the interesting thing is that it hasn't really moved from that number since it got to it. Like, oh yeah, Dav, you're a little bit quieter than the others. If you could turn yourself up a wee bit, because you're at full blast on my end. If you could turn yourself just a wee bit, just a smidge. We'll be good. So then we got Super Mario Party on 15.72 million. It's crazy that Super Mario Party is the top 10 best-selling Switch games. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee, 13.57. Splatoon 2, 12.45. And does anyone know what is number 10 on the list? It's a new entry. Not a new entry, but it has usurped a previous number 10 that was there for a long time. You'd be very surprised. Or maybe not, you won't be surprised. Who knows?
51 international games.
It's not, sadly. That should be number 1.
Ring Fit Adventure.
It's Ring Fit Adventure, yep. 11.26 million. It overtook New Super Mario Bros. U, which has pushed it into 11th place. Just some extra numbers as well, because I love me numbers. Pokemon Snap sold 2 million copies since it came out. I think that's not even in Japan. That's just 2 million copies overseas. I don't know what the Japanese numbers are, but overseas probably... You could add an extra at least 500,000, maybe. Miitopia sold 1 million, which is ridiculous. And June release, Mario Golf Super Rush has sold 1.34 million copies, and I think it's the second best-selling Mario Golf game of all time already. So it's going to be the best-selling Mario Golf game fairly soon, I would imagine, because it's been out a month or two, which
Mario
is...
Golf sold better than Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Oh, there we are. Jeez. Oh, God. You guys actually have Mario Golf. Like, do you think it's...
I don't have it anymore.
Did you sell it?
Wow.
I traded it in.
Oh, wow. What did you get instead?
Just credit for the time being.
Oh, my God. That is the ultimate. Like, that is... Oh, wow. Not even a game. Like, you didn't even get another game. It's like, I don't even want this so much. I'm willing to get store credit.
Here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing. And this is a very interesting thing. It goes to show how well Nintendo games hold their value. I bought it for 35 quid on a deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And I am selling it back to game at 33 quid.
Wow. That's impressive.
So I basically rented the game for 2 months for
£2.
£2.
That's not bad.
Game Pass.
That's not there it is.
Well, one thing about Golf is that they have just released an update.
Yes.
So you can now play as Toadette.
Yes.
I know Daf Weeks, you were crying out for Toadette.
Damn it! Give it the game back now!
Go and buy it for £34 or £35.
That's even more now.
Yeah.
And a new course, which is based on New Donk City.
Yeah, New Donk
Mario
City.
Odyssey.
There we go.
And now they've got like ranked mode and stuff. Hopefully this isn't the one and only update to this game. Because we saw what it did with Super Mario Party, which was nothing, and then like 2 years later, they like basically used it as a beta for their new Super Mario Party game.
Yeah.
Still angry about that.
Yup, me too, livid. Absolutely.
We still haven't played it, have we? We haven't played that game together.
No.
But I feel like I'm too raged to put that game back on. But no, Dad, you're really right. And they did the exact same thing with tennis as well. The exact same thing with tennis. I think we had this conversation about 2 weeks ago. Like when I bought the Mario Tennis game, it was about a year after it came out, and it was great. But when it first came out, loads of people were like, "Where is the content? Where is there's so much missing?" But yeah, it's going back to the Nintendo figures. I mean, it's crazy that Nintendo have not had. I wouldn't say not a great year. They've still had a really, really good year. It's just last year was ridiculous. Last year, and we obviously know why, and there's been lots spoken about why last year was ridiculous. It's not like the best year to use, but they're still smashing it. And
even Sony, they're down 40%.
Yeah, I saw that, and they've lost all the PS Plus subscribers as well.
Yeah,
they've lost a load.
I think everyone's going to be losing. Maybe Xbox didn't have much in anyway, so maybe they'll be the only ones on the up. Because, I mean, they didn't have much to lose. But, yeah, it's mad. It's mad. But we were going to see this. It's been every year it's always, we sold this much more, this much more. And there are numbers that are rising, but, like, losing 40%, well, going down, still making money, but 40% less than what you made this quarter last year. It's mad. And Nintendo as well. Like, their numbers have declined.
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't done it percentage-wise, but I think the reason why Sony has gone down so much is because they came out and said, well, the PS5 is being sold at a loss. So we're literally losing money with every PS5 we make. So that's got to contribute to it. But, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, but that's kind of all I wanted to talk about with Nintendo. So the next topic is what I kind of wanted to have a bit of a discussion with, and not so much about the game itself because we've spoken about this previously. It's going to keep happening, but more about the implications for it. Anyway, so Bloomberg's Jason Schreier wrote in a new article on Friday that he could corroborate claims made earlier by GamesBeat's Jeff Grubb, who had suggested the game, which is Horizon Forbidden West, would likely slip into 2022. Sony Corporation has delayed the upcoming PlayStation game Horizon Forbidden West to the first quarter of 2022, according to a person familiar with the matter, Schreier said. And Jeff Grubb pretty much came out and said that's exactly the same thing that he's heard as well. So they both said the same thing. Sony haven't actually officially announced anything yet.
Right.
But at this point, it's pretty much expected. And it's the same with God of War. Like, God of War wasn't that originally 2021? I think it had that it had a year, and then nothing's been said. But I just can't see it come out this year at this rate. So the question isn't so much that it's been pushed into next year, which is obviously a shame. The question is more, 2022 is probably going to be one of the, considering what's happened, it could potentially be one of the most packed years. I don't want to use words like incredible because obviously the implications of why it's moved over to that year, so a lot of it is like incredibly sad. But it could be one of the most packed years that we've ever seen. Like I actually put together a whole list of games, and like so many of these could easily be like the Game of the Year nominations: Gotham Knights, Pokemon Legends, Splatoon 3, Gran Turismo 7, Forspoken, Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Starfield, Breath of the Wild 2, God of War 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Like, oh my! Do you think that if all of those fall into place next year, which it looks like a lot of them will, do you think next year could be one of the, like I said, best years for games that have been released?
It could be. There's a lot of killer.
I mean, there's
being crammed into 12 months there.
I'm very aware there's a lot of assumption on my part that all these games are going to be good, and that is not. Some of these are not going to be as good as we hope.
It's high hopes, but if all of these live up to at least compare to the games that came before them, that is unbelievable. That's an unbelievable list of games.
Yeah, yes, it is, and I can't wait.
Well, it's interesting because like I was looking at Nintendo, and weirdly I was thinking, I've been thinking a lot about the game of the year nominations and for this year, and it's not that I'm racking my brain thinking, oh, there's so many games that aren't good. It's not that. I'm not what I'm thinking at all. It's just normally you get to like this point of the year, you think, oh, like a couple of games like really stand out, like Halo Infinite at this point, considering what people have said on the weekend as well, who played the demo for the online. A lot of people basically said, if the single player holds up, this should be the leading game for Game of the Year because the multiplayer is playing so incredibly well, which is really good news to hear, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you like on the Game of the Year situation in general? Do you think that anything is, in your opinion, like destined to be the one that wins big?
Oh, I'm not putting my money on it. Nah.
Based on what critics say, it's probably going to be Elden Ring. But it's very possible that it could be a game that we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
Like some games get announced and then 6 months later they're out, and then they end up winning Game of the Year. So we'll see. And like there's so many games left this year. A lot of amazing indie titles to come. The Ascent has just come out. We've got 12 Minutes. It's coming out soon. Kena Bridge of Spirits isn't out yet.
Yeah, I mean, the two games I'm most forward to for the rest of the year is actually Metroid and Shin Megami Tensei. I'm super excited for those two games because realistically, Metroid Dread is going to be the first Metroid game I've ever played, which is a shame on my behalf. But like, yeah, I genuinely think it looks amazing. But I just can't call who's going to be the Game of the Year winner for this year. Because I actually think this could potentially be the closest year, just because I don't think there is that, like, Breath of the Wild, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, like, something that, like, everyone's like, yeah, of course this is going to win. It just, in a sense, it just feels incredibly open. But at the same time, it doesn't mean any bad games. There's still some incredible games coming out. But, yes, let's move on. Anyway, the rest of the news segments is not really that much to talk about, actually. From Thursday, which is today, until Monday, which is the 9th of August, you will have the chance to play Far Cry 5 for free across most platforms that it's available on. And the game is also going to be heavily discounted on the store that you buy it from as well. So, Xbox, I know it's free on Steam. Epic Games, I think, is free on as well. PlayStation, it's free on all of them. So, give it a try. I played it recently. I did only play it for the GoldenEye levels. Daf Weeks in particular, I probably would recommend you downloading it just to play the GoldenEye levels, because you'll complete them in like 2 days, because they are as short as the old GoldenEye levels are. But yeah, free game to play. So I mean, I can't imagine many people will complete it. But I've got it. When I played Far Cry 5, I just wanted it to be like a first-person shooter. It's such a big game. I was like, as soon as I saw how big it was, I was like, I can't be bothered for this. This is a first-person game. It's so massive. Like, yeah, not for me. But it could be for one of you guys, and it's free. Give it a try. Dab's already talked about Mario Golf's Super Rush with a free update today. It's got a new mode, which is the ranked match, new character Toadette, new Donk City, and improved motion controls.
One interesting thing about that ranked mode is that if you're ranked high enough, you end up earning like unlockable skins and stuff.
Oh wow, really?
So yeah, which is nice. You don't really see that in Nintendo games very much. Like rewarding you for like actually like taking the game seriously and playing it a lot. So. Yeah. No. Gents,
I'm out of news. Do either of you have any news to talk about?
The New World, the Amazon MMO got another delay.
Another delay. Yeah, I saw that as well.
4 now.
That's just yeah. Oh my god,
we've taken your feedback from the beta really seriously, so we're going to spend more time making sure this is the game that the players deserve.
But it's one of those things. Like, what does it come down? Does it come down to that, or does it just come down to pure mismanagement, like it usually is? Like, what is going on there? That is just mad. 4 times is something.
Yeah, we'll see what the game looks like if/when it comes out.
Like a huge MMO with a delay ? But yeah, any other news? Any other news you want to talk about, gents? Any?
For me.
No. Okay, right, awesome. Should we just have a little chat about games we've been playing? Does anyone want to go first?
Why don't you go first?
Do you know what? I think I will go first. And I've not actually got that much to talk about. I have been really busy over the last week with a lot of like coursework and stuff that I've been doing. But I did manage to finish a game that I told Daf Weeks he needs to play, and that's Desperados 3. And I still think Daf Weeks should play Desperados 3. I can actually talk about it a little bit more now. I think it's brilliant. It genuinely is brilliant. I think I said this last time I spoke about it. It's one of those games where like I was shocked by how much I actually liked it, because I knew the second game in the series was bad. Like, the first game wasn't groundbreaking, it was just really enjoyable, and I loved the theming. But it's so good. And when like the mode I was playing, I was playing on normal, and I know it changes on hard, but on normal mode, like, you can pause the game so all the characters freeze, and then you can set people up to do things at the same time. So like you unfreeze it and they all like do, and like you can kill like 4 people at once, and it's so
I love that.
It's so satisfying. Like that's how you beat the final like one of the final bosses, like just setting up all the characters and do that at the same time. It's just, honestly, it's such a good game, and It's surprisingly really well written as well. I think it was just one of those things where like I just thought it was just going to be a good fun game, but I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it to anyone that loves those type of games. yeah, there's not really much more to say about that. Otherwise, I've just been playing some PES. Been trying to get my Napoli side to be the best in the world. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to contribute. Although saying that, there's a few things I'm going away for the day tomorrow. So I'm gonna pop into a few shops and see if I can find some cheap like Xbox 360 games that I missed out on like back in the day, because I know the Series X has enhanced a load of them. So like I'm gonna see if I can try and find games like Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, maybe even The Witcher 2 as well. Because The Witcher 2, I've been looking to play that because it's on the Series X and it's 24 quid. And
eBay, mate.
That's what I mean. Like, I just don't want to spend 24 quid to play a game that's. Yeah, I know. I can say the same thing about like Skyward Sword. I just paid 50 quid, but like.
Yeah, hypocrite.
I know exactly. Yeah, I walked into that one, didn't I? But no, it's just because I mean, it hasn't had any enhancements, but like. I'm gonna pop in a CEX. I'm gonna pop in a game, see if any of those are floating around. Because there's a couple of games that the Series X is like up-res and all that. I wanna see how they go. But otherwise, that's me. I'm done gaming wise. How about you, Dav?
Ooh, go on, Weeks. Good boy.
Okay.
Such a Zelda fanboy. You are absolutely correct.
So I started playing a brand new game literally an hour before we started streaming.
Oh, wow.
And
is that because you didn't have any other games? You're like, I need to play something. Because that's what I do.
Well, it was just Mario Golf, and I thought I'd talk about it. So it's a game, it's been on my Switch for a while, and now that I've sold Mario Golf, I felt like I could justify starting it. So I started it an hour ago, and as soon as this finishes, I'm getting right back on it.
Okay.
Return of Obra Dinn.
I saw. Oh, that looks cool. Okay.
So basically, like, I've seen it floating around on like Steam and stuff, and on the store. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, indie thing. I keep seeing it lying around, and then I realised, oh shit, it's Lucas Pope, the guy who did Papers, Please.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, right. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to this game now, and I've just started playing it. I've played 40 minutes of it. And it's brilliant. I love it.
Yes, I'm so glad. I've not played it, but it's one of those.
It
like
looks.
You said,
yeah.
I see it everywhere. Like, I know I'd enjoy it. I've just got to get in. It's the colour scheme, I think, is what I bounce off.
It's weird. Like, the colour scheme is like brown green and a lighter beige.
Well, it's like most games from the 2010s, isn't it? Like most shooters.
It's just but it's a two-tone game.
Yeah.
It's a two-tone game, but like when it started, it was like, oh, this could get quite irritating, but it's amazing. So,
okay.
do you know the concept at all?
Explain it for the viewers.
Yeah.
For the viewers, okay. So basically, just rocked up to the Obra Dinn, which is an old boat. We're talking like 18th century boat.
Yeah.
And you go on there with a watch that can show you exactly what happened at the moment of somebody's death.
Wow.
And basically the boat is full of corpses, and you need to piece together what the hell happened on the boat by going up to the corpses, watching their tableau death scene, and then trying to work out what happened when. And you need to identify all the crew, you need to find names, you have to work out how they died, you have to work out the relationships between them all. So it's like a crazy Cluedo with 60 people in it, with just some absolutely bonkers kind of little worlds, freeze frames that you get to walk around in and see what's going on. Also, the music's great, which is something you can't see too often for small indie games. But oh my god, the music's brilliant. It's like it gives so much drama.
Tableaux Death Game is probably a thrown out working title for this game.
Tableaux Death Game. Yeah.
Well, that's also the title of the show.
There you go. Tableaux Death Game.
Tableaux Death Game.
Fab. Yeah, it's brilliant. I recommend it. I can't wait to carry on. It's really kind of the puzzle mystery solving bit of my brain is ticking with it, and it's doing a lot for me.
I was gonna say that you seem so much in puzzles. Like Daf Weeks is like, where puzzle. But yeah, I remember I think that came out in like a Nintendo Direct like maybe about 2 years ago. No, it's been out a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since it's been out. But yeah, I remember seeing that and thinking that does look so interesting.
It's a bold concept, like, and it's so different to Papers, Please, but equally genius and out there. And it's like, Lucas Pope, you've got a good thing going here.
How long will it take for it to get into the VGA Hall of Fame?
Let me complete it first. Yeah.
Okay.
When are we next filming? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Awesome. Anything else?
I have Hitman 3 ready to go as well, and I know Johnny's very excited to hear that.
I was gonna play it like 2 days ago. I'm so happy you're playing that game. I'm really happy. Go murder some people.
Yay!
No, seriously, I can't wait to hear what you think. I really can't wait. Awesome. Davy G.
Hello.
What you got? What you got for us?
I'll rattle through a few games that I tried and gave up on.
Okay.
And then talk a little bit about a game I really like. So, tried Tiny Metal, which is very similar to Advance Wars, and I think it's so similar to what Advance Wars used to be like that maybe I don't like Advance Wars as much as I thought I did.
What?
Yeah, I think it's because I've played a lot of Fire Emblem since having played Advance Wars back in the day, and I'm like, maybe Fire Emblem is more my bag. But I think Tiny Metal just felt very clunky. I didn't have the patience for it, and I was deeply hungover when I played it. Maybe I'll give it another go. But another game called Hidden Folks, which is a cute, like, black and white Where's Wally kind of game, with some slight interaction in there as well. Like, you're looking for a monkey, and then you can, like, tap certain trees, and they'll, like, jump out, and they're like, you found the monkey. Can't hear. We got people who can't hear me.
Still can't hear you, Dev.
Okay, let's turn myself up. Good. What about now? Can we hear me now?
Can you hear him? Keep talking, Dev.
Bowie. So also, let's have a look at the list. I'll leave that one to last. I tried a game called Minutes. So I was looking for a game that I could just drop in, just have a little play and leave it. A game called Minutes it was on PS Now. Funky little game. Basically, you're a little circle, and there are some lines you want to hit, some lines you don't want to get hit by. That was fine. Every level's 60 seconds long, and there's 60 levels. Nice. And a cool rhythm game called Metronomicon. You're playing 4 RPG characters against these enemies that keep cycling through with these really good songs, and you play each of them, and you can use left, right, up and down, and X, square, circle, triangle. So if there's a left and right at the same time, you have to do left and circle, for instance. But you can interchange them, and then you change between the different characters because they're all different classes. So if you need to heal, you have to go to your medic and do some inputs on their rhythm. And if you want to do physical damage or magic, and depending on how long you spend on the magic person, depends on what kind of elemental spell they use and stuff. And it's this little indie game, and it's pretty cool. The UI could use a little bit of work, but really cool game. But I've got 2 more games to talk about. But the first one I'm going to talk about is a game that I tried for 2 matches and uninstalled it. I've never uninstalled the game quicker.
I love that.
And that is Hunter's Arena: The Legend.
Yay! I love that it's as shit or as nothing as we thought it would be. That's amazing.
It's brilliant. So empty and vapid, and it is just devoid of any interest at all. The controls are really clunky and are not enjoyable at all. There are these weird little AI creatures that are running around the place as well, and they are so uninspiring. It's just... it's so annoying, because actually some of the characters do look a bit cool, like the hunters, or the legends. I don't know what they're called. The arena. I think they're hunters, but and then they're telling the legends of the hunters. But then hunters is only one hunter, it's Hunter apostrophe S. So yeah, this game I don't want to talk about it anymore. that's it. That's all I have to say about that game. I installed it quickly, and
there's been some brutal game drops in this podcast. Daf Weeks taking back a game and getting stall credit, and Daf Gape they're just throwing it, essentially throwing it out of the window after 2 goes. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, if it wasn't digital, it would have gone out the window. And lastly, and actually a game that I'm enjoying, is The Ascent.
Hey.
A game that came out, the end of July, and I'm playing it co-op with a couple of friends. Got to say, this is the second time now we're playing co-op between people playing on the new Xboxes and one person on the old Xbox. Just hasn't worked out.
Really?
I had issues on Gears 5 and had issues on The Ascent. But playing it now, just me and one other, both on Xbox Series X, I think he might have Series S, working flawlessly, and the game is beautiful. And the soundtrack doesn't interfere with anything, it's just there, it sets the tone. And the vibes of it is all very like Judge Dredd, kind of John Wick vibes to it. You're these indents, which are like basically a fancy word for slaves, and you're working for scraps and doing like dirty jobs, and then you're in like the sort of the deep underground of this place, and this tower that is also a city. They're like, oh, it's been defaulted. The company that owns your city has gone bankrupt. And it's like, right, well, what do we do then? It's like, oh, just carry on, it'll be fine. And then you can tell there's like some sort of background secrets going on. Looks like you're going to have to be climbing this tower and taking out whoever or whatever is responsible. Yeah, really cool game. Really enjoying it. Little amusing anecdote. When we leveled up for the first time, it was a little bit confusing to see if we picked up any loot or anything. We were having a look while we leveled up. And my mate who I'm playing co-op with thought, oh, well, I've leveled up. Let's have a look at the equipment. And accidentally removed his trousers. But he dropped them, and you can't pick up things you've dropped. So he's just running around for 20 minutes in his pants looking for any kind of gear.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
So yes, there are some slight issues with it. In that if you unequip your trousers, you lose them forever. Which I guess is like in real life, isn't it? Like, I've often unequipped my trousers. But yeah, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't recommend it enough. And I look forward to playing it more.
Great.
Yeah, I'm playing some other stuff, but I won't talk about it. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, great. Great. I think that's it. I think we should do a quiz.
Let's do the quiz.
I think we should do a quiz.
Quiz time.
Yeah, play along in the chat, or play along if you're listening. See if you can get some of these right. That's it. There's no prizes other than knowing you're victorious. That's a prize in itself, really. Okay.
Dav, think of some words.
Oh, it's the quiz. It's the quiz. It's the quiz. Let's play the quiz.
Hey, there we go. Are we gonna have to pay rights for that?
Yes.
That was clearly you've obviously taken that song from somewhere. It was so good.
My lawyers will contact you.
Yeah. Okay, there we are. All right. Question number 1. Which of these? I love how we're straight into business. Question number 1. Which of these DLC packs for The Sims is a fake?
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
this is good.
Okay.
Which Sims?
So the first Sims, okay?
Okay.
So is it... You really need to work on your lyrics. That's not one of them. That's just something ACP has just said.
Hey.
Which of these DLC packs for The Sims is fake? Is it Living Large, Mansion Expansion, or Unleashed?
Okay.
I think this is definitely fake, and I think it's an excellent fake.
Okay. Okay, guys. Just 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Go. Daf Weeks, what did you go with?
I went with Living Large.
And Daf Gape?
Mansion Expansion.
You've got Rosie to thank for that one because it is Mansion Expansion.
That's
so,
very good.
Yeah, because like
Someone get in touch with Maxis. they need to do that.
I was just like, Rosie, you love The Sims. Can you think of a DLC pack? Mansion Expansion without a second's thought. I was like, jeez. What the hell?
Expansion. Wait,
like,
what was the question?
Sorry, just talking about the house. Just talking about our home. But yeah, I'm going to run through them all. So, The Sims Living Large, known as The Sims Living It Up in Europe.
Yes.
The Sims House Party, The Sims Hot Date, The Sims Vacation or On Holiday in the UK,
the rest of the world, it seems to be actually just America was vacation. Sims Unleashed took me way too long to realize that was about dogs and cats. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Way too long. The Sims Superstar and The Sims Making Magic, which I assumed would have been Hot Date, but there we are. It's not the same thing.
Hey.
All right, question number 2.
Well, what about the Katy Perry one? There was a Katy Perry expansion.
Well, that's Sims
might be
1.
Sims 2.
That was just the
okay.
Sims 1. That was just, there was
Sims 2 had like IKEA expansion, H&M expansion.
Yeah, there was loads. There was loads.
but-
all the
loads.
tie-ins.
When you said Living Large, I was like, I'm sure it's Living It Up. And then you said
Yeah.
Mansion expansion. I'm like, well, I know that's not it. I was trying to find Sims 1 online like 2 weeks ago, and I just couldn't. There's just like no way of finding it.
Yeah, it's such a shame as well because Sims 4 was garbage. It's really not very good. Me and Rhodes tried to play it recently. We put it down after about 20 minutes, and she loves The Sims. She was like, "It's shit." I was like, "I'll listen to you. I'll believe you. I trust you." All right.
The connoisseur.
Yeah. Which of these stealth series of games made its debut first? Okay.
Say debut again.
Debut. No. Is it Deus Ex, Hitman, Siphon Filter, or Tenchu?
Oh.
ACP is
pretty sure I know this.
ACP is very unhappy that I said The Sims 4 is shit. It is.
Wow.
Which of
Take
these
it up with
stealth series of games made its debut first? Deus Ex, Hitman, Siphon Filter, Tenchu. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, press enter, baby. Ooh, Daf Gape, what have you gone with?
Deus Ex.
And Daf Weeks.
Tenchu. What's on the PS1?
Deus Ex had like something from before PS1, right?
I loved Tenchu.
It was brilliant.
ACP unfollow.
Fair.
I mean, as an episode dedicated to you, and I've managed to get you to unfollow us, is pretty impressive on my behalf. The answer is Tenchu. 1998 for Tenchu. Deus Ex was 2000. It was on the PC. Hitman was also 2000, and Siphon Filter was 1999.
Yeah,
Good
Siphon
game.
Filter was also PS.
Yeah,
PS1.
PS1. Siphon Filter was a good game. Really liked
was.
that game. Okay, so this is not bending. This is not bending the rules. I'm just giving you 3 options of what I have read for the question. Okay, nothing is really official because it's. I'll explain. It'll make sense.
It's in cancellation. You can bend the rules all you want because you make the rules.
Yeah, well, that is true. I mean, except when the answer is correct, in which case I don't know what is. Which of these games is considered to be the first fully formed third-person shooter? Okay, that's what I mean. So obviously, by third-person shooter, I mean like a person. You know,
Right. Okay.
No, because you can have third-person shooters where like you're in a spaceship, in
Yeah.
which case it would go further back. But I mean a person. Okay.
Okay.
So is it Duke Nukem: Time to Kill, Fade to Black, or Tomb Raider? All 3 were mentioned in this article that I read as the first 3. But which one was the first one?
All right.
Okay.
Have an option.
Okay. You gents ready?
Uh-huh.
3, 2, 1, press enter. Oh, you both went Fade to Black.
Yeah.
And you're both right, baby. So Fade to Black was 1995, Tomb Raider was 1996, and Duke Nukem was 1998. So basically what the article says was that Fade to Black was the first game to utilize it, but it was shit. Tomb Raider was the first one to utilize it, and it being good. So Tomb Raider basically...
Not anymore, though.
Well, yeah, no.
Have you tried playing it
At
recently?
the time,
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's
How
so
did we
hard.
even put up with
honestly,
it?
like, this is the thing. When we sometimes play games back then, also me and Daf Gape were both trying to pretend to be Lara Croft in that she has to stop to turn. And imagine if we had to do that. My knees are dodgy, but they're not that dodgy. But yeah, so Tomb Raider was the first one to popularize it and make it into a big thing, whereas Fade to Black was the first one. Duke Nukem just happened to be around as well. Okay, question number 5. Speaking of Tomb Raider, what's the best-selling Tomb Raider game? Is it Rise of the Tomb Raider? Is it Tomb Raider? Or is it Tomb Raider, brackets, 2013? End brackets. Close them.
Ooh. They're not the top 3, though, are they?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Top
really?
3. Rise of the Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider, 2013 in brackets.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
You guys got answers?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. You both went Tomb Raider 2013. Both right.
Yeah.
Rise of the Tomb Raider sold 7 million. Tomb Raider sold just over that, just a little bit over 7 million. And Tomb Raider 2013 sold 11 million, which is really impressive.
Rise of the Tomb Raider would have done a lot better, but it was an Xbox exclusive at a time when no one had an Xbox.
There we are. But yeah, Tomb Raider 2013 sold really well. Still sells really well, but obviously you can buy it for like £5 now. But still, It's always on offer. Like, I've never played it, but I've been offered that game by Sony and Microsoft like 10 different times. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
A lot of people in like back alleyways like just have it.
Yeah, just have like,
hey kid, you want Tomb Raider?
do you guys remember Hercules the film? It's like, hey Mac, do you want to buy a sundial? But instead of a sundial, it's a copy of Tomb Raider 2013, which is essentially the same joke Daf Gape just made.
But with Disney.
Disney, that's
it's all good.
That's where we're going. Okay, I said question 5. That was question 4. This is question 5. For some reason,
You are cheating.
Numbered them wrong. Not worded. I don't know. I can't talk.
Just question it, Jonny.
The next question: which game from this list of 4 did not come out in 1998? Okay, Banjo-Kazooie, Grand Theft Auto, Half-Life, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh. When did the N64 come?
So 3 out of the 4 games came out in 98, and 1 of them came in 97. But can you tell me which one came out in 1997?
Right, yeah, right. Oh, 97.
Yeah. So
Say them again.
So Banjo-Kazooie, GTA, Half-Life, Metal Gear Solid. 3 of them came in 98, 1 of them came in 97. Which one came out in 97? Okay, you guys got answers? 3, 2, 1, press enter. Daf Weeks, what did you go with?
Metal Gear Solid.
Daf Gape?
Half-Life.
You're both wrong.
Oh.
It's GTA.
Okay.
GTA. So, which also 98 is revered as one of the greatest years of all time, and you can understand why. Like the fact that you've both said Metal Gear Solid and Half-Life and Banjo-Kazooie came out as well, I think is just insane. I think GoldenEye came out in 98 as well.
I misremembered 98 as 97 because 2007 is also one of the greatest.
2007 is also one of the greatest. Yeah, one of the greatest years for games. Ocarina of Time came out in 98 as well. It's ridiculous here. Ridiculous.
Math.
Yeah.
Let me get my kazoo because it's time to play that kazoo. It's time to play that kazoo. Wait. There we go. That's also stolen from Fibbage, by the way. Good game. Play Fibbage. Good game.
I mean, also, I didn't steal mine from anything.
Oh, I did. I just stole that from absolutely did. All right, play that kazoo. Here we go. Actually, shall I do a test to see if you can hear me first? Because I think previously we've had issues. Okay. Daf Gape is saying no.
We're good.
Daf Gape saying no. He's lying. He's full of it. Okay, here we go. I'll accept 2 answers for this, and I know you've both played these games.
Okay.
Oh no!
I have not the foggiest.
I'm so sorry.
Not a clue.
But I know you've both played these games. Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
Will that help? Okay.
I'm
just going to skip to the... Because I did the intro last time. I won't do the intro this time.
Okay. Crikey. I recognise it. I recognise it so much.
You've definitely played a game that has this music. ACP and Bondos. Carl calling me out. Both of them. Shame on you both for being right and calling me out. Just that's where I normally go. Do you guys have answers? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter.
Oh, no way.
You both went Smash Brothers. So
I have such a punt. I have no idea.
I'm not going to give you this, but it's not from that game. It is in that game, but it's not from that game. You both played it. Daf Weeks, you played one of the games, and Daf Gape, you played the other one. It's A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds. It's the over... I haven't actually done a Zelda theme in a long time, so I thought I'd throw it out there, especially because you two have played that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
I think we should both
Underworld
get
theme.
one.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you half a point. How about that?
There we go. So it makes no
Actually-
difference to the overall score,
Yeah.
but we feel better.
Yeah, you feel better. I'll give you half a point. And
Just cancels out.
actually, do you know what? I'm going to give you 2/3 of a point. I'm going to give you both 2/3 of a point.
Ooh.
Do you know what? 2/3 of a point.
Oh, I feel 2/3 better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. ACP, you called my bluff. You wise sage. Okay, question number 7. Name that badly described game. Video game mascot gathers all his pals, including a metal version of himself, to form a team and do some racing. I have
Got it.
options here.
Got it.
Video game mascot.
There's a specific one, and then there's other ones. I assume it's. I
There's
assume
a-
the way you've worded it. You want a specific
yeah.
game.
There's a very specific. There's a very specific one here. Video game mascot gathers all his pals, including a metal version of himself, to form a team and do some racing.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Press enter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sonic. It's Team Sonic Racing. So you both get 1/3 of a point.
Was there like Crash Team Racing?
So
But there was no Metal Crash.
it was Metal Sonic, isn't it? I thought I was
Metal
gonna.
Sonic.
I thought I was gonna throw you off with Metal Mario. I
Ah.
wasn't trying to. I actually wasn't
It's
trying
the
to.
team malarkey.
That's why I put it in there. All right, question number 8. Fire-breathing Triceratops in Super Mario World were inspired and then named after which 90s rock musician? Are they called Grolls? Are they called Reznors? Or are they called Vedors?
Oh, say them again.
Grolls, Reznors, or Vedas? Fire-breathing Triceratops in Super Mario World were inspired and then named after which 90s rock musician? Grolls, Reznors, or Vedas? I love when you're disapproving of either the question. I'm just like, no.
This is going to be an excellent fact if the answer is correct.
Yeah, do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, press enter. You both went with Reznors.
Yeah.
Reznors. It's right. It's actually correct. Yeah.
They're named after Trent Reznor.
It's actually
That's
named after Trent Reznor.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, they're named after. So go search online afterwards. They are called Res. The reason why I was saying Reznors is because it's so hard to say Reznors without it sound. It doesn't sound right.
Reznors.
So
Reznors.
it is. For some reason, you sound like my Welsh grandmother, and I loved it. It reminds me of it. Reznaslav. Come on.
Finish your mashed potato. You're not going to play with the resonance.
Okay, here's a question for you lads. You both got that right, by the way, so I should put that down.
Sick.
According to the ESA, what is the average age of most gamers? 14, 24, or 34?
Huh.
See, the thing with this one is, it's a question of whether you underestimate it or overestimate it. It's a tough one. I'm saying that about my own question. What a wanker I am. So full of myself.
That's one of the best questions I've ever heard.
That's one of the best video game questions I've ever heard this week. Wait till next week. But yeah, I got my wheel ready. My UK's ready. Do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Dab Gape, what did you go with?
34.
One of you's got it right. Dab Weeks.
24.
It is. It's 34.
Really?
Yeah, it is
Old
34.
people.
Oh, it's 34. It's because we all grew up with them, and it's pushing the age up. And apparently, after the pandemic, after the last year, there's been a huge spike in people over 50, between the ages of 50 and like 70. Like it's up by like 30% because of the pandemic. People playing games with their kids and stuff. It's incredible.
We fit generation.
Yeah, we are fit, Dav. We are fit.
I heard the most adorable story of a guy who set up Assassin's Creed 2 for his grandparents so they could do a walking tour of Rome because they were too old to like travel to Rome.
Honestly, well, that's actually they were with Flight Simulator. They were actually recommending people use that and go on holidays during the pandemic. Like, when it came out, they're like, yeah, use this. Like, you can see all of these locations. Just do that. Don't leave your house, because yeah, crazy.
Just buy a $2,000 PC.
Yeah, just buy a $2,000 PC, which is still more than a holiday, and then buy this game, which you probably still can't run, because it's really hard to run. All right, here we go. Wheel of Misfortune. Keep in the wheel. Woo! Have you seen... Also, have you seen The Wheel on BBC Two, by the way?
But they nicked your idea.
They've nicked my idea and made it better, and I'm furious.
Impossible. How can you do that?
Exactly. Well, that's what I thought until I saw it.
Get the VGA lawyers on the phone.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're going to go one for one because, like, I obviously stole the Fibbage song, and now they're like, we'll let you off for that as long as you let BBC Two have it. So, like, you know what, BBC Two, I will let you have The Wheel as a concept. I'll allow you The Wheel. Even though this is called The Wheel of Misfortune, I was still...
Are you telling me that they have reinvented the wheel?
Yeah, they have. Damn it, you've already given me one good title for this week. I can't take another one. I'll forget otherwise. All right, here we go. I'm just going to give you the old spin. Here we go. It is...
D-Weeks.
A Zach question. And he's not even here. We love you, Zach. Yeah. All right. What's the name of the first level in Super Mario Galaxy? Is it Good Egg Galaxy? Is it Gusty Garden Galaxy? Or is it Rolling Green Galaxy?
Oh, they're good. They are good.
They're very good.
I should know this.
Daf Weeks, I always feel sorry for you because, like, I always know that, like, I'm always aware that you've played these games, but you've just, like, it was so long ago that it's just gone. You've just gone, I don't need this information. Whereas me, this is my bread, like, this is what I live for. Whereas you're like, maybe I should get a job and, like, feed myself or my wife. I'm like, no, I need to spend all day on Wikipedia looking up the levels from bloody Super Mario Galaxy.
Dav is like a real-life Professor Oak who can't even remember his own grandchild's name.
That's the one.
All right, do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Dav Gape, what did you go with?
Gusty Garden.
Dav Weeks?
Rolling Green.
It is... Good Egg.
No way.
Good Egg.
Good Egg Galaxy.
Well, that's the best name as well.
Yeah,
I thought you made that up.
No, they're all real, but that was the first one. And also, it's a banger of a track as well, like dun 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 dun. It's great. It's brilliant. It's better than what I just gave it. I didn't give enough.
I was going to say not as much of a banger as I thought.
I didn't make it seem as good as it actually is. But it's definitely good. Don't take that as evidence for it. But we do have a clear winner, and by clear I mean 1 point. That's clear enough, I guess. Stav Gape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dav Gape got 6 2/3.
Yeah.
And Dav Weeks got 5 2/3, if you believe it.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I thought you had it there.
No, I think there was a question. I can't remember which one you got. I think it was. Where is it? Where was it? You got one right that Dav didn't, and you pretty much got every other one right together. You did well. You did well, Dav Gape.
What were the questions? Quickly run them through.
It's too long. I think actually
off the stream.
I think it was age. The age one, the ESA.
34,
I think you got
24.
ESA. Yeah. We've got ACP. Why am I not surprised? Rigged. Dab Weeks deserves better.
Thank you, ACP.
Well, Daf Weeks can go find another podcast with sickos like him.
Wow, well, this controversy has...
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I was just going to say. All right, we're going to leave it there. I think that's us done. That is the end of podcast number 63. Thank you. I know. It's crazy. Thank you very much for listening and watching and just being our friend. We just like you and we like talking because we're so arrogant. We just love hearing our own voices and we're glad that you do as well. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and others. We're all over the place. You can support us. You can go over to Greenman Gaming and support us by buying a game if you'd like.
Some good deals on there.
Some good deals. Oh, baby. We will be doing a new episode of the Hall of Fame soon. I don't know when, but it should be soon. Possibly soon. We just need to gather the troops. We've just all been very busy recently, but we're getting a bit more cohesion back into our lives, which is good. DavVG is streaming at the moment. I certainly am not, but I am trying to. Busy boy, but we'll try to. But if you can't watch us, then go and watch DavVG. Because he does some good stuff. Especially if you like Pokemon. If you like the Pokies.
And Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy 9 specifically.
Yeah.
Insert Patreon link here. Thank you, ACP. Exactly right. We're selling this podcast. Selling it. Thanks, gents. Thank you to everyone. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!